Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us on this presentation on organizational effects of managerial shifts. This case was provided as a benchmark case by our teammate, Matthew Owens. This presentation and case were put together by Team 2. When someone in a high-level management position moves on, it's important to know that the person stepping in for them has the correct skill sets to do the job successfully, even if it's just on a temporary basis. If a company relies on promoting from within, how can they ensure a successful transition? Promoting from within may seem like a good strategy. You have people that you know fit the company culture and a base knowledge of operations, but do they have the right skill sets? This situation can be further aggravated when you have multiple leadership positions to fill. As a group, we chose to focus on this case dealing with managerial shifts for several reasons. We felt this case could be easily applied to situations across many industries. We also agreed that it was something almost any person would come across while pursuing their careers. This case addresses talent management, succession planning, and employee retention. To start, we're going to go over a little bit of the background of this case in detail. Matt took an internship at this company that prefers to promote from within. Soon after he was hired, his first-line supervisor was promoted to the position of vice president. Matt didn't see a large impact on his day-to-day workload, as the position was quickly backfilled by an employee with several years of experience working in the engineering department. However, not long after the promotion, the new engineering department manager chose to leave the company. This was not an immediate crisis, as the company had a plan. It was operating procedure that when a vacancy occurred at this level of management, the automation manager, who holds a lateral position, would take over the duties of the vacancy until it was filled. This normally would have been a decent staffing plan, but unfortunately, the automation manager soon chose to leave the company as well. This left two departments without clear leadership. These two key positions were left vacant for a significant amount of time. After several months, an engineer that had been with the company for several years was promoted to fill the automation manager vacancy. Taking this position meant that this employee was also responsible for the engineering manager duties until that position was filled as well. Unfortunately, the employee was not well equipped to handle this workload. A year has passed, and the engineering manager position has still not been filled, leaving the department without direct supervision and leadership. The now current vice president, who held this position previously, has stepped in to assume some of his old duties. However, he does not have his full attention on this position, as he has a lot of other demanding work to do. In the meantime, the company took on a large job that further overextended management. This has led to several quality sacrifices in the design of machines, as the department has had no direct supervision to help guide them. With more efficient talent recruitment, succession planning, and employee retention, we believe some of these obstacles could have been avoided. The first suggestion that we would like to dive into is recruiting talent. Talent management in organizations is not just limited to attracting the best people from the best industry, but it's a continuous process that involves sourcing, hiring, developing, retaining, and promoting them while meeting the organization's requirements simultaneously. Having an effective recruitment plan in place could have solved the situation before it became an issue. This plan should account for both internal and external hiring. Matt's company chose to focus only on internal promotion, which created a shortage of qualified candidates that were and still are capable of filling the open positions. Promoting internally can be beneficial, especially in such a specialized industry. However, if no one is in a position capable of handling a promotion, you can get stuck in a similar situation. External hiring is also important because it can help to prevent a sequence of internal promotions that creates a cascade of vacancies down the job ladder, which can cause similar issues to this case. A strategy that could have helped prevented or solve this conundrum is utilizing remote workers. While we don't know the reasons why the two managers left in the first place, perhaps if they had the choice to telecommute, they would not have left, as it would have provided them with more flexibility in their scheduling and in their work. Working remotely could have also been offered as some aid to the company while finding replacements. By offering this as an option, the company can spread out the work that is required through multiple employees at the same time. The next topic we would like to discuss is succession planning and retention. Matt's company had a strong belief in the value of each employee's human capital. This was demonstrated through their tendency to promote from within the company. But perhaps they did not invest enough into the leadership development of their employees and in their succession plans. According to Knickie and Fugate, an employee with the right combination of knowledge, skills, and motivation to excel represents the potential to give an organization a competitive advantage. The value of each employee's human capital accumulates to produce a company's overall human capital. A successful succession plan should identify future leaders early and support their development from within the company. If they have an interest in advancing into a leadership position, they can be targeted for training that will prepare them for such a role. Capelli proposes the notion of incremental training programs. Rather than put the trainees through a 3-year functional program, for instance, you can bring all of the employees from all of the functions together in an 18-month course that teaches them general management skills, and then send them back to their functions to specialize, using these skills that they learned. Taking this approach to training can help to protect the company's investment into the employee and can help the employee to become more engaged in their work. Companies with highly engaged employees outperform firms by 54% in employee retention. In summary, Matt's company had some downfalls that contributed to the lack in leadership situation that they endured. If they were to utilize many talent management skills, they may have been able to avoid such a predicament. Matt's company should have recruited talent from inside and outside sources. In order to attract employees with the right skills and attitudes, a business should emphasize opportunities for long-term careers and promotions from within. Out of the talent recruited, those with leadership potential should be exposed to incremental leadership training that will engage them in their work and support their ambitions to move forward within the company. These initiatives will help to retain employees. Once true high-potential team members are hired and current ones are identified, the focus should shift to retaining these assets. Should the employee leave the company, there should be a succession plan in place to avoid frequent job vacancies. It would also be beneficial to conduct an exit interview on the employee or employees that are leaving. This can turn the departure into a learning experience for the company. It will allow the company to find out why the employee is leaving and examine whether or not something needs to be changed in order to prevent this from happening again. Applying these lessons and strategies above could have helped and will help Matt's company in the future to ensure a situation like this does not happen again. Thank you very much for paying attention, and I hope you enjoyed our presentation. Our references will be shown below for 10 seconds on each slide. Thank you, everyone, and have a wonderful rest of your day.